virtual YouTuber Cybergirl Siro. I post my gameplays and some challenge videos on YouTube every day. And I do live stream on every Friday, so we can enjoy some conversations over YouTube. Please check me out on my YouTube channel. Also, I entered the screenshot contest hosted by Unity last year. And I'm appointed to be an ambassador to Unity Asset. So this time, I'm gonna introduce you all the hundreds of assets for Unity. The first asset of United 2018 is... ta-da! Dynamic Born. This asset is super popular in quite a few places around the world, setting it on the character model as physics to the bones and the joints. The whole model will move just like the real thing, from the arms and legs to the head, shoulders, knees and toes, and even clothes, ears and tails. Next up is Cassie Wears Obviously. This editor expansion is made in Japan and uses node glass to manage game progress, enemy behavior, and more. It's as easy as placing nodes and connecting them to build your game's logic. Obviously, it gets more and more popular every year, so we just had to talk about it this year too. Next, this one is also made in Japan by Alonsoft. It's called Belly Animation, and it is used to edit mechanism humanoid animations directly within Unity, even while editing the timeline. It even supports legacy animations. More and more users are pairing belly animation with Blick, and Alonsoft is hoping to get more feedback from users who really care about motion. Next, more and more users try Unity for the first time every month, and when it comes to post-processing stack, the reviews are pretty anonymous. Editing it instantly gave my project a professional look, and this really kicked things up a notch. It's a definitive post-process image effect asset. Arranging the order of effects, grouping them together as a single part, even managing presets are all quick and easy. If you're looking for a way to give your contents a professional look, post-processing stack has you covered. Next, now that you've got post-processing stack, pair it with post-processing profiles to give your content an even better look. From realistic looks to cinematic styles like horror movies, this asset can help you take the basic post-processing stack settings next level. Next, as development goes on, your hierarchy probably gets confusing, right? Hierarchy plus presets and selections lets you separate objects in your hierarchy by color and icons to easily understand an object's lore. It has expanded features for the right-click menu. Let this tool make your work more efficient today. Next, these days there are a lot of editor expansions with node-based visual scripting. Board lets users manage your project's workflow and state all without any programming. Just use an intuitive naming system to connect parts and create the desired effect. You'll see why this expansion is popular around the world. Next, a public version of IBM's Watson has arrived in the asset store. Let's welcome Watson SDK. Wow! Helps with voice control, translation and interpretation services, and image recognition functions are just some of the many possibilities of Watson SDK. And what's more, users can now access the Watson Developer Cloud service free of charge. Next, with Playmaker, you can make interactive objects with zero coding. The slide, you can make cutscenes, walkthroughs, and more without any coding. There are also lots of assets that work together with Playmaker, so you can mix and match features to create your own custom Playmaker. Next, Dot Twin Puller is leading choice for giving objects in between animations without a coding both in Japan and around the world. Use this asset to adjust an object's movement, weight, color, rotation, size, behavior, and more with ease. There is also a free version, so be sure to try it out. Next, of course, we have to talk about the Unity Awards 2017 winner for Best Tool, Amplify Shader Editor. Use the Unity UI to intuitively create any node-based shader you can imagine. See for yourself why this one is a Unity Award winner. Next, find out for yourself why people all over the world say that once you try Gaia, no other Italian will compare. Choose your stamp image, adjust the position and size, and click the stamp button. It's just that easy. Whether it's rocky surfaces, mountain ranges, trees, or glass, you see why Japanese audiences can hardly tell these textures from the real thing. There are also a growing number of assets that are compatible with Gaia for even more convenience. Odin is here for all the users looking to make the inspector easier to use. With this powerful tool, users can rearrange entries as arrays or lists for easy viewing and management. 80+ properties have already been added, allowing users to make a custom inspector for any project or development style. Don't forget to check out the 64+ articles introducing Odin's features on Kogane blog. Next, you've all heard of Pro Builder, right? Well, if you haven't, it's a great editor expansion for building stages or making prototypes in the Unity editor. It's free now and has all the features of the paid version, so there's no excuse not to give it a try. Next, the enemy is closing in fast. Make characters find the shortest path to a goal. Leave it an A-star pathfinding Project Blue, the best pathfinding asset around. Next, there are lots of assets for using OpenCV, but the only one that fans trust to keep up with the original Java version is OpenCV for Unity. With this asset, webcam textures can be processed in real time, allowing for real-time facial recognition through the built-in cameras in smartphones, Mac, and Windows PCs. Next, Face Tracker example is brought to you by Enoch Software, the same people behind OpenCV for Unity, which means, of course, that these two work great together. Face Tracker example is a non-rigid face tracking sample project can detect and track facial features from webcam textures in real time. Also includes an example for 2D textures and displaying AR objects. Next, here we have Daily Face Landmark Detector, yet another hit from Enoch Software. This one detects faces and facial features by looking at the bytes in 2D textures and webcam textures. There is also a sample included, which shows us things like shooting laser beams out of your eyes in a screenshot. Next, Camera Filter Park has been around for 4 years and is currently up to version 3.7.1 and comes with over 310 full-screen filters and camera effects. Filters are easy to put together. Parameters can also be set. It is included shaders are not complied, which means they can be edited. This asset is constantly being updated, so you can always have the most modern filters available. Next, Shader Earthblight is a node-based shader editor, which means all you have to do is connect and optimize nodes to make shaders for 2D game effect, all without any coding. It also has a real-time preview feature. New features are added monthly, which is just one reason this asset is popular all over the world. Next, Salsa with random eyes lets you implement lip sync, blinking, eye movement, and motion tracking, as well as general facial expressions. Lip sync is supported for 2D and 3D projects. This popular asset also works with Playmaker, Cinema Director, Node Canvas, etc. Next, Utage 3 Unity Text Adventure Game Engine version 3 is an editor expansion for making visual novels, which makes creating dialogue scenes for games easy. Simply write the scenarios in Excel and import them. The included text display feature even supports rubies and emojis. There are 3 versions available with many features, so you can have all the tools you need to write the perfect visual novel. Next, Lip Sync Blue has been gaining more and more attention and popularity since last November. This facial animation tool does everything from subtle expression to singing out loud. It even has eye movement controls. Compatibility with other visual scripting assets like Playmaker, Cinema Director, Node Canvas, etc. makes this asset popular around the world. Next, Node Canvas is easy to use and comes with hundreds of action patterns to mix and match. This visual scripting asset also allows you to easily create your own control system by calling homemade programs. Node Canvas is compatible with several other sets mentioned today, so try combining them and see what you can create. Next, for 60 years, Takiguchi Shoten has sold medical equipment. Now they are bringing out the Sun Fade Shader, the perfect tool for making objects turn to sun and disappear. Need to create a wizard appearance? Make something disappear by magic? Give this asset a shot. Next, Teleport Fade Shader is also made by Takiguchi Shoten. It's great for giving characters a teleport effect. Just add particles to 3D models for that perfect disappearing effect, or make enemies disappear upon being defeated with this versatile asset. Next, Any Portrait was originally released for making 2D character animations. It is now even more popular. Just make a 2D mesh and easily add animation to it. Any Portrait also has boards with IK support, linking with board animations, and you can edit each individual part as you like. Next, the Web VR Asset project was created by Mozilla for creating VR experiences viewable directly in the Firefox web browser. It also works in Microsoft Edge and supports Oculus Rift, HTC Vive, and the Windows Mixed Reality headset. Next, Local Package Importer is even easier to use than the Unity Editor Download Manager. It shows a list of downloaded Unity packages, lets you register favorites for quick reference, and quickly import them. Next, track where and how long users are looking in 360 degrees with 360 video heat maps, which layers tracking stats over the video. Use the analysis to guide users' vision more effectively. Next, IBM released the VR Watson Speech Sandbox sample project for importing IBM Watson's voice command and voice recognition capabilities into VR. It also includes speech-to-text features, all for free. Try it now! Next, go beyond simple day and night settings with Enviler. Map the height and position of the sun and moon based on latitude and longitude, or even the season. Change the mood of the sky with several types of clouds and light diffusion through fog. This is a AAA class environment creator. It also supports matching the weather and sky conditions in a multiplayer and a multipass and a single pass for VR. Next, rewired blinks, joystick, and a joypad support for a variety of platforms to Unity, including native support for Windows and a Mac OS X. This asset supports everything you need to make controllers work, such as connecting to controller ports, all buttons and layouts, and a cross-platform support. It does all of this without lowering the frame rate during gameplay. Next, users all over the world love iTwin for the level of control it brings in between animating. Smooth out object movements, rotate them, change their size, even edit their color and sound properties. Can you believe you get all these features for free? Seeing is believing, so try it for yourself. There are samples that feature expansions that come with a fee, but they're worth the price. Next, Reactive extensions for Unity, brought to us by UniRX, is perfect for handling timed processes and events. This version is optimized for C#, meaning it also supports all of the features you rely on during development in Unity, such as asynchronous processes, timed events, and frame count-based judgments. Next, Asset Hunter is a great tool for analyzing the build log and finding unused assets in the project folder. Such results are grouped by folder and file, making project cleanup a breeze. It's even possible to clean up an entire project with the push of a button. You can also display the uncompressed size of the sets used in the project to help with managing build size. When you think you want to know which scenes an asset is used in, think Asset Hunter. Next, if you are looking for a quick and easy way to add data save load functionality to a project on Mac, PC, or mobile, look no further than Easy Save. This asset has been around since the early days of the Asset Store, and version 3 is a worldwide hit. In addition to the multi-platform support, Easy Save also supports web-based data saving and loading, and even data encryption, all at high speeds. Next, as the project progresses, you probably end up with a lot of photos in the project view, right? Then you need rainbow folders, the asset that automatically adds color and icons to folders by type. And what's more, if you give a folder a common name later on the project, rainbow folders will automatically give it a color and icon. Next, Script Inspector 3 lets you open scripts, shaders, text assets, and more directly from the Unity editor. All you have to do is import Script Inspector 3 and you are ready to go. Additional features include a line number display, highlighted search results, clip search, autocomplete, and autosave, making this asset just as convenient and easy as other IDEs. Next, unless you are a cyborg, you probably had trouble remembering the purpose of every object in a scene before, right? You probably hate wasting time looking up every little thing in the documentation too. For times like these, you need object labels, notes. Now you can add short memos and labels to the objects in the scene, just like using sticky notes in the real world. Next, 2DDL is a great tool for adding realistic lighting and shadow effects. Its specialty is emitting point light and light with acute angles. Imagine using a flashlight to look for an item in pitch darkness in your game, or checking whether an enemy is within rifle range or within range of an explosion. Sound like fun? Then you need 2DDL. Next, in addition to artists and students, many programmers are also starting to use visual scripting assets. With so many different backgrounds, rather than looking for a definitive asset, many are finding it best to find the asset that suits their personal taste. Behavior Designer is popular globally because of the hundreds of tasks it supports and its compatibility with many other commonly used assets in the Asset Store. Next, if you want to speed up data saves, lower the amount of data transmitted for smartphone games, or have similar data transmission related issues, give Byte Club a try. It supports many different data types, makes tuning the composition process, timing and adjusting serialization processes a breeze. It even comes with an easy-to-use serializer generator. There are so many different anti-cheating assets to choose from these days, and among them, Byte Club. Data protection is a great companion asset for Byte Club. It's a made-in-Japan set that it defends against tactics like rewriting saved data, rewriting data stored in memory with cheat tools, and picking out scenario data with countermeasures including serialized byte data, variable encryption for objects in memory, classification checks, and more. Anti-cheat toolkit is probably the most veteran among all anti-cheating assets. It's standard among standards even in Japan, and for good reason. This asset automatically migrates and obscures players' preferences, encrypts saved data, locks data to devices, detects falsified data, and of course detects false data on game progress. Next, have you ever thought an error was going to be triggered and then felt dejected trying to make sense of the log generated by the Unity editor console? If so, maybe Editor Console Pulley can help. This asset conveniently lets you color code the log by keywords or conditions, add icons for easy reading, and select parts of the log to directly examine the related code. Remember the 2017 Essential Part campaign? Did you get Kogi engine? Are you still using it? For those of you unfamiliar, it's a great tool for creating side-scrolling and vertical-scrolling 2D and 2.5D games even on the smartphones. Run, jump, shot, double jump, triple jump, wall jump, and any other gimmick you can think of is probably included in this project. Whether you want to use parts of it for your own game or just take it apart to study how it works, this is our can't-miss asset. Mesh Baker is great for those times when you want to make a game run a little more smoothly. Put together a custom mesh, bake in texture, then combine the mesh with a material, and just like that you can reduce the number of draw calls. This asset is also frequently updated in fine detail, which is why it's popular all over the world. Mesh Baker comes in especially handy as more and more new VR, AR, and MR devices hit the market. Next, Vegetation Studio is a flexible and versatile tool for adding grass, flowers, and trees in the flash during or after clearing terrain in a game. It's also compatible with trees, glass, and rocks from other ancestor tools such as Speed Tree and Tree Creator. You can even mix it together with vegetation shaders. Did I mention it's so easy to use? Just select the vegetation type and pattern, then snap away! Introducing Cascade, the asset for creating rivers, lakes, and waterfalls so realistic you might mistake them for the real thing. Simply select the river path over the surface terrain, then adjust the water width and depth. You can even have rivers converge or flow into lakes or over waterfalls. Of course, the water naturally forms and bubbles as it runs along the banks and against the rocks in the river as well. Next, Advanced Foliage Shaders Volume 5, the most popular option for leaves that let sunlight pass through and catch raindrops, as well as leaves, grass, and trees that rustle from the wind. Next, the other advanced foliage is a shader. This pack is a collection of 3D models made from optimized scan data of ground surfaces, grass, tree roots, moss, logs, pavers, etc. Shaders for use in a vegetation studio and a CTS profiles. Next, LAM, published by Nature Manufacture, is another river-making asset that's just as popular as Cascador. Oh, you've heard of Nature Manufacture? Great! Then you know that they've also released tons of high-quality, realistic 3D models of trees and shrubs, glass, and rocks as well as scan-based textures. Next, speaking of Nature Manufacture, don't forget to check out Mountain Trees. Dynamic Nature, the popular collection of beautiful, pure streams and shrubbery. It's highly compatible with other sets such as Advanced Foliage Pack, CTS, and Byler and a Vegetation Studio, making it very popular among users. Next, LVE, Lava and a Volcano Environment, is also from Nature Manufacture, the same publisher of LAM as the name suggests. It's an asset for cleaning lava that drips and flows just like the real thing. You can let the lava flow's surface cool and darken, then just like LAM, change the width, depth, or flow of the lava beneath with just a few clicks. 3D models for lava splitting, cooling, and hardening at the edge of the flow are also included. Next, the developers of Puppet 2D, a rigging tool for bringing 2D characters to life, have released a 3D version called, you guessed it, Puppet 3D. As the name suggests, this asset lets you move 3D character models around with ease like a puppet on a string. You can even add legs to a model without one just by clicking the desired body parts. Think outside the box by adding legs to other objects like tree branches too. Next, Blockly is joined together with Unity at the same time as Plot Builder. There are plans to fully integrate Blockly into Unity this year, but if you are a level designer and haven't tried it yet, you should check it out to see how easy it is to set up 3D objects anywhere you like on the XYZ plane. Next, when you want to show dust reflecting in the light in a dimly lit room, or light up a pitch black cave with a tactical light, you need a volumetric light beam. This asset ensures that light will properly attenuate and diffuse, even on a smartphone or in VR. Next, Materialization FX gives you the power to make an object burn to ash without leaving a trace, cast magic to disintegrate a target, make things appear or disappear based on an action, and more. It just arrived in the set store this year, but it's been rapidly gaining popularity because of the variety of options it gives users for making objects appear and disappear, as well as other flexible applications to things like holograms. Next, it's a rare buzzkill when shadows don't behave in a project like they do in the real world, right? I mean, after going to so much trouble to get the shadows just right, they're still missing something. That's where next-gen soft shadows comes in. With just a few tweaks to Unity's standard lightning properties, you can easily change the shape, type, and quality of your shadows. It even supports VR. Next, HX volumetric lighting is a reliable, popular tool for creating lighting effects like morning mist and evening fog, light flickering in dusty ruins, sunlight filtering through lattice work, and more. You can blend together many different types of light and even adjust the density of particles in the air to create the perfect atmosphere for your project. Next, creating custom toon shader is a breeze with Tony Color's Blue tool. This asset gives you minute control over outlines and contours, reflections, smoothness, and more to make the vision for your animation into reality. Next, Advance Deserve has only just come onto the scene, but is already making a splash for its capabilities, including appearance and disappearance effects. Make objects warp in and out of scene, disappear or appear by magic, or even travel between dimensions. Advance Deserve has you covered. Next, when it comes to walls, floors, furniture, and clothing, they just don't feel as real without dirt, stains, or realistic reaction to spills. That's where Shader Painter comes in. Just like the name suggests, use it to add moss or mold, spill things like ink and drinks on sinks, create atmosphere with puddles, and even put holes in clothes and fabrics. Instead of working with another painting software program, why not give directly editing your shaders with this asset a try? Next, instead of driving yourself crazy working on anti-aliasing only to find that the flickering just won't quit, especially in a BR, there are a growing number of assets meant to deal with the problem for you. CDAA Cinematic Templar Anti-Aliasing PC and BR is one of the best around. It is especially popular because of how well it works with post-processing stack. Next, all you need is a normal pyramid projection background and the hologram pyramid asset, and you too can project 3D models that float in thin air. Replace the sample object in the included demo scene with anything you like, and just like that you can set up your own personal holographic display. Next, whether you've got characters with hair or tails, Love will help you accurately recreate flexible, rope-like objects. Instead of a rigid body or joint, this asset uses a particle system attached to a mesh and is a lightweight solution for creating ropes in 3D. Next, as you can probably guess from the name, Ovi Clothes is from the same publisher as Ovi Love. It's perfectly suited to recreating flexible clothing. It's great for things like flags waving in the breeze or clothing billowing around a character's body, especially skirts. Next, Fast Shadow Projector can project shadows on any surface. You can have hundreds of shadows in the scene, even on a smartphone. It even detects when game objects move in and out of a shadow. This convenient, lightweight asset is definitely one to keep your eye on this year. Next, Particle Pro FX1 was released 4 years ago but has recently seen a resurgence in popularity. This is probably due to its lightweight nature, whether you want to create a single explosion and the resulting smoke screen or even series of blasts. Next, Mesh Effect, which uses mesh as an emotion source for particle systems, has been getting a lot of attention due to a big upgrade at the end of last year. Put mesh effect on the character to give them a powerful aura, or create weapons imbued with ice, fire, or even dark magic. Next, what if the floor suddenly started blazing or passing? If you are a video game character, maybe you'd chant a protective spell and place onward. Living particles allows you to create that kind of dangerous chaotic environment with a center of calm radiating out from the hero. If you haven't seen the demo video, check it out. It might just take your breath away. Next, the lame particle system has risen in popularity again thanks to a big update this past March that included single-pass rendering for VR and a shader optimization for mobile. Naturally, rain is all about recreating realistic rain effects, whether it be raindrops on windows, puddles, or ripples from objects falling into puddles. Waves that break on the shore. Waves that form, roar, and disappear as they roll up the beach. Waves that roll back into the sea without being absorbed by the beach. Beach Waves was released last July. It is a demo video perfectly captured the midsummer feel. It's spring now, so the feeling may not be as strong, but don't forget about this asset this summer. 3.5 years after its first release, 100 Best Effect Pack saw a major update at the end of March this year that added HDR support for all particles in the pack. And folks, this pack has everything! Dark particles, explosion particles, every kind of the fire particle from sparks to rolling blazes, ice particles, lightning particles, healing particles, I mean everything! The 100 effects in this pack cover 15 different types of particles, giving you every effect you could want all in one convenient bundle. Next! Brought to us by the same publisher as Living Particles, Aura and Glow Effect is another set for creating beautiful special and environmental effects. As the name implies, this set gives you 43 different customizable shaders and materials. Next, 3D Laser VFX came out on Valentine's Day, and whether you're making a 2D or 3D game, you're sure to fall in love with the 7 different toon-style laser types and hit animations in this set. Next, Stylized Projectile Pack 1 is made for creating bullets, missiles, and beams for low poly and voxel games. It's been optimized for smartphones, which means it can easily be used for 3D or 2D games. Next, from the same publisher as Stylized Projectile Pack 1 comes Stylized Explosion Pack 1. Similarly, this asset is great for creating low poly or voxel explosions. You can even change the color to create explosion effects that match your game perfectly. Next! This asset may be called 6,000 plus Flutter Buttons Icons Pack, but as of this year's update, it actually contains over 10,000. These Flutter versions of commonly used UI icons come in a variety of colors to suit a variety of tastes. Next! Wet load material is gaining popularity as a texture, material, and a load shader combo. You can adjust the size of puddles on load tracks, and it also reflects surroundings. Next, Sky Package, which features blue skies with clouds and sunsets, has been an all-time favorite. This year, the price was reduced by 90% and it is even more popular. Check out the samples on the store. Skybox Pack 8K UHD is slowly gaining popularity among skyboxes. It has 35 different skyboxes, including clear, cloudy, afternoon, and sunset skies. There is also a free trial version, so check it out. Next, Milky Way Skybox was released last summer in 8K quality. It isn't popular just cause it's free, but it also calls the quality at a sheer scale and it enables you to realize background that you had to give up on before. Next, there are many icon packs that gain popularity with each version update. Green and a minimalist GUI pack is one of them. In particular, many people wanted to change their GUI icon packs with each project, so sets that have a lot of icons are always popular. Of course, you can also edit them yourself. Next, you can get CLI-ADX2 Unity plugin, a store for the low price of $100. Yes, really, it's ideal for people who want high-quality audio. Next, Holo FX Pack allows you to add glitch effects to your holograms. It is popular since its release last fall. It is ideal when you want people to notice that your object in fact a hologram. Next, UMotion Pro Animation Editor is a popular editor extension since its release last fall because it allows you to animate 3D models. Not only you can create motions from scratch with timeline, but it also allows you to edit the motions of other motion assets. Next, Sensor Toolkit enjoyed steady popularity since its release last year, cause you can use a script as a sensor both in 2D and 3D. It is super useful cause you can filter game objects with its ray casting sensors, trigger collider, and spherical sensors. Next, there are many options to add Chroma keys in Unity. Chroma key has enjoyed steady popularity after its version update last November. It supports the use of sources from your webcam too. You can choose to key out colors and it is also compatible with render textures. Next, there are many other sets that make the hierarchy window easier to use, but Q hierarchy is gaining popularity with its frequent updates. It lets you add, color code, lock, display, and hide icons. Next, do you like scratch out? You know that feeling of loving that silver part away with a coin and helping for a jackpot? With Scratch Card, you can recreate the feeling on a wide variety of platforms. Next, Melt Your Mesh is super popular because it makes objects and characters that have enchanted luck. It also lets you make objects appear from puddles and it can be used in all kinds of scenes. Next, Pulley Toolkit lets you sync your project with Google's 3D object distribution website, Pulley. This is a release from Google. You can search and download objects while the app is running if you call from your code that uses C# API. Next, Viewfolio is super easy to use when developing AR applications. Viewfolio AR/VR sample is a comprehensive sample when developing with Unity. It is popular all over the world since it released last fall, and it's very useful if you wanted to learn about the settings and changing materials. Next, Viewfolio HoloLens sample is ideal when you wanted to display an object after identifying a marker. It is easy to implement. It is popular because it shortens dev time. Next, Master Scheduler was an instant hit after being released last fall. It allows you to track up to 10,000 mobs or NPCs. Not only can it pathfind for characters, it can also divide workloads for explosion scenes with lots of debris or scenes with a lot of bullets. Next, Beautify allows you to upgrade your project instantly. Its default camera settings are popular for their beauty, and it's only getting more popular now that it is compatible with VR single-pass rendering. Next, Amplify Blue is a post-process effect that gives the camera a movie-like effect. It also lets you add flare, glare, and a dart effect to the lens, and as you can see, it is also perfect for light that splits outwards. Next, Finer IK is an essential because it makes the character move naturally according to the movements and position of the VR controller. It was updated earlier this year and is getting more popular after bugs were fixed in BRIK. If you haven't used this before and wanted to make your characters move more naturally, check this video out first. Is anything you are interested in? Please check these sets and download them. I highly recommend Teddy that I'm presenting on one of my YouTube videos. And I'd be really happy if you check my other YouTube videos as well. Bye bye!